Hey there, I am JB and welcome at Artsville City Skylines 2. For today, I have a very fun project in mind. There is at least one thing that I want to do, but before doing that, there is something else that I also would like to do. And let's take a look at that first. And right away, it seems like we have a new signature building, which is the fuel plant. Fuel production of all types happen here. Alright, let's take a look at it. I wonder what the reason is that we all of a sudden got that guy. Okay, this is just for the fuel and it gives minus 5% industrial pollution, which is very nice. Minus 5 air pollution. The other one was ground pollution, and this other one is +2 efficiency city-wide. Ooh, this seems like to be a beautiful large building. Now, since the effects are city-wide, it might be nice to implement it right down here at the oil fields. And wonderful. So now we have a very nice factory that fits definitely in with all of these guys right down here. It kind of looks like Burning Man or whatever, like all kinds of different towers, different vehicles and whatnot. I think it's kind of funny though. But yeah, that will fit in. Now, the thing that I wanted to do first before the fun little project, it is something that has to do with all of this complaining around in the town, which is the high rent and or the non-profitable stuff. But now that we have added in this factory, I wonder if this efficiency will de-increase at least the effect of what's going on in the industry right now. Because what's going on, once again, high resource cost. Now, I have also been thinking, maybe, and for this is something that I'm going to keep a very close eye on to my money right down here, because I was thinking, what if we de-increase the tax for a bit, just one little percentage. Now I see that I've lost a bit of money there, but I want to see, maybe it is this guy. Are these things cost money? No, they are free, right? So with so now it goes down 2 million. That is okay. It goes up 4, it goes down 2. As long as that happens, it is not a problem at all to lower the taxes. I did see before minus 4 million for whatever reason that is. So in this case, I'm gonna keep an eye out on the money for the whole episode. And ooh, what is this? Oh, wait a minute. For some reason, the lumber tax is minus 107,000 bucks. Why is that? That is weird, right? If that wouldn't happen, then we wouldn't have this problem, right? Which, why is that so? Like, that is the whole problem. You see, this is exactly 107,000 bucks. And then I also see another problem right down here. 8,000 tons a month in import. These are two very odd type of things that happen here, but like, let me just keep it on speed up and just see what happens, because maybe I can instantly get rid of this whole problem here by just boosting up the grain. So okay, so long story short, what I wanted to do was lowering taxes and then see if that would solve the problems with the industry. So they would have to pay lesser tax, which means they have a little bit left over money, which might mean it will compensate with the high resource cost. That is something that I was thinking about. And I was also thinking about the same for these houses, but then again, for these houses, I might just need to get in here and get these low rent houses right down in here. Just plop down a couple of these guys. Even if there is no demand for it already, just plop them down and then see if, you know, what will happen. I don't want to get like a huge one instantly. So let's just get rid of these guys first. Let them just first enjoy this down here. Sooner or later, we're also going to get another progression stone, milestone thing. So what my plan was for today actually was to work with this project right down here, right? We have this beautiful castle here. Yeah, I wanted to, the only thing I find a shame really is that this castle is so incredibly overgrown. It is so much trees down here. Like, you know, 3 or 4 trees around it. One in there would be nice, right? But this is just crazy. So much trees. I wish I could just, for some reason, just get rid of that. But it is what it is, right? I want to have this castle still down here. Have it a little up high and make it a little bit like the center point of the end of this part down here. And holy moly, so much rent problems here. So what we're going to do here then, lower the rent to 9 for both of these, and we instantly also going to try and see if we can solve the problem with with the grain. That's going to be an important one. Keep an eye out on the money. It is minus 1 mil. Now, yeah, keep an eye out. Okay, so I'm just going to pause it for a second here, and let's take a look at the grain. The grain is an huge problem for whatever reason. And let's take a look. Where do we have some more left? Okay, we got some here, which is really bad. We don't have anything here, which is also really bad. We do have some here. Now, I actually wonder, could we use this without the game complaining, hey, the pollution is, you know, not good for the grain industry? I can imagine such a thing, but I'm not sure if it's a mechanic in this game, right? Yeah, so stuff like that. But we do also have here, we are almost there onto our milestone. So I'm just gonna let the game run and then make use of this area right down here to just add in a little bit of something. And there we have it. We have milestone number 12. We're gonna get a 21 tiles, which is a lot. You're gonna get 12 points and 3 million. Now for the millions, it's okay. I don't really in a rush of it. Now, also in the last episode, at the very end, at the outro, I've been moving up this this garden thing because of the amount of customers wasn't enough. I've been placing it here. It is still Slash is complaining, but maybe over time, the more stuff we add in this area, the better it will go. So I just wanted to let you guys know in case you have missed that part. So now that we have 21 tiles, we can actually start focusing on the farmland again. I did add a tune here. It's not really enough. Now let me see, because okay, we have another part down here. But I'm slowly but surely start to get a problem. So this guy definitely unlock all of these, and how about unlock these guys for now, and then we still have 13 tiles left, which basically means we can do this one, and I guess let's save it up for now and first fix our problem for a little bit. Now I have been deleting, oh, what's going on with that? There we go. I have been deleting a couple of these low-end stuff because I'm not sure how long it will be to take effect after I de-increase the taxes. So let's just delete all of these houses. There are a lot of them, and apparently the better the housing, or you know, the environment, the quicker it upgrades, the quicker they will start complaining about taxes. So yeah, playing the good guy all the way through to the max isn't always the best thing to do, apparently. It's the best to leave people a little bit unhappy, have a couple of complaints going on, just have a very strong police force. Now, what I'm also thinking, which now are added, what might be a good idea is to do actually the welfare office, which I think I haven't been placing. Let me just see here. Oh, apparently certain buildings can only be placed once. So yeah, let's just place this welfare office, and let's place this welfare office at a spot and not in the middle of the city. Yeah, let's place it right down here. This is just a perfect spot for that. And then I just have to reconnect things up. Now it is a little bit messy. I am going to be honest that I had a plan in mind and then things turn out a little bit different. Like that, having all the padding back where it's supposed to be. Now I hope that this welfare office helped the less fortunate by increasing well-being in the surrounding neighborhood. Ooh, do we want that? Let's hope that this... they already start having issues here. Now, once again, maybe what could also be a thing. We need to build a neighborhood with even smaller houses though. Okay, I've been thinking a little bit about the whole situation, and it's definitely time to shape stuff up if it's about, you know, the whole city. I've been all over the place. There is a lot I'm going to need to do. And in this case, I'm going to unlock a plenty couple of tiles right down here. I'm going to move up the highway because the thing is, we have been playing on such a way that we don't have the historical correct city anyways, which in the future I have a plan for that, a fantastic plan how we can build a historical correct city. But for now, let's move the highway up, because yeah, that is just what we need to do here, to make a little bit of space. Once we have made a little bit of space, we can make a new type of neighborhood with just a little bit smaller housing for those that really need that. And I'm gonna make use of a different intersection, so take one last look at this beautiful artwork right down here. Yes, I have still chosen to give a little bit of space between the highway, and then I could use this big beautiful bridge. I thought, you know, this fits in way more than the other one, so I'm very happy with that. And then I had in mind I might have a problem with these pre-made assets. Apparently I don't. Because let's take a little look at it. And I want to use this guy because the on and off ramp is just perfect, right? And as you can see, the distance between the two lanes, right, is just as much as the distance between these two lanes, right? Now I got a little bit of space, and you might think, oh no, and which I did. And then I just started to see something. This game, look at it. It's trying to melt inside the other roads, and they just disappear. And the only thing that I have to do here is to find the perfect angle. To be honest, I tried this before. Yeah, well, you know, I could just plump it down and see what the hell is going on the left side. Let's just do that. So I plopped it down, and then there is this horrible whatever this is going on, and then I'm just going to delete it, and then it's just fine. Look at it. I mean, this system is so nice. Now, of course, it's the wider you have these two roads from each other, the more problematic it's going to be, because, you know, it's not made for this width, to say. But we got it. It's perfect. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do. From now, this point of on, I'm just going to connect the whole show up, make a couple of on and off ramps, and then I'm going to show you the end result. And so it is almost 3 hours later for me. I got carried away just a tiny little bit, but I have definitely enjoyed myself, and this also gave me the opportunity to just take a little look at what I wanted to do with the whole show that I was busy with. And I think it worked out pretty well. Just looking at these bears down here. They enjoy the freedom. Alright, let me just stop what I'm doing right down here and show you what I've been doing. So, as you can see, the road is all the way connected up back to where it's supposed to be. We now have some breathing space, and for some reason it feels very nice. Now I did have to modify the terrain just a little bit in order to, you know, connect it up nicely. Also make the city flow into the mountain a little bit, right? So I'm just gonna take my shovel here and just show you what I've kind of been doing, because you can understand that this here and this here had a very different going up and down type of deal. And also I had a little bit of a edge thing going on here at the neighborhood and the city, and that is also gone. I've been doing a lot of stuff, and as you see, it's pretty smooth right now. The highway is connected up nicely, I have also reconnected up the highway back into town. It is now here, which originally in this game, I do believe it's kind of starting out here into town. I believe this one is actually the original road from when you start, so it's kind of slash is close by. You can kind of see here was the old one, here is the new one. Now of course the road is going to go a little bit more straight, then goes around the corner, so I have a little bit of breathing space, making this intersection down here. And I have chosen for this guy, I think it looks very nice. Yeah, I don't need any very busy ones. And yeah, connecting it up all the way there. Now a lot more is going to change slash is. We're just gonna, let's say, beautify this map a little bit more, and alongside things needs to work more smooth, more fluent. So then I got this bridge down here, and yes, I have changed this on and off ramp to totally something different. And later on when I start playing the game, kind of notice a little bit of a problem, which is not too much to change actually. I think it's a lot of fun to just analyze what you've been doing, then you know, change stuff if needed. So what I mean by that, a lot of these trucks, cars and buses are gonna go off here, go around the roundabout, and then gonna go all the way there to the industrial area, maybe here to the city. I'm almost pretty sure that people that need to be deep into the city down there, that the game works that the highway would still be faster, even though it's gonna go around like that, because you can drive a lot faster and you skip a lot of traffic lights and that kind of a deal. So that might be a nice thing. All right. Yeah, so this on and off ramp is not going to work down here, so I'm just going to need to delete this one, make it into a one-way into here, and then just connect it up here so traffic is not crossing each other, because it's gonna be super duper busy around to this area. And for now things are fine, right? So, and also the reason why I changed this into this one is because I felt like it wasn't Dutchy enough. You know, the road, you're gonna go off the highway into a road that just ends. I didn't feel like it was also good into an ending road. It doesn't make any sense, because way back in the days probably, and that's why I got this farm area. I'm pretty happy with this farm area. It looks very realistic. I got all kinds of trees near the roads down here. I made use of dirt roads. It looks very, very nice. I'm super duper happy. And yeah, take a look at this farmland right down here from above slash is, and then take a look, for example, right down here. I mean, you definitely can see the deal between realism and, you know, just plopping stuff down. And yeah, like I wanted to say, way back in the days when the town started out here, people were using the river to not only gonna go on boats to the ocean, or maybe like town here at the end of the river at the ocean, or a town here. They were also walking near the river in order to know where they are at to a certain town. So they were really using the rivers as a navigation point. So that's why way back in the days it was like a road also going here near the river. People were following it along to where they need to be. And then maybe later on they were kind of like, you know, we can make this actually straighter. So yeah, they start making a straight road that way, which will connect up later on, which we're gonna do to a bridge. Now this bridge was also already built. Slash is down here. Then built a new bridge, a new road. Vehicles became a thing, stuff like that. Horse wagons I am kind of referring to. So people had a better sight on this area down here. So it was like a straight road. Farmland started to exist here. The earlier farmlands were of course near the river, because water can be used to water the lands. Use it for animals, that good stuff, plants, crops. So yeah, later on there was a road behind here to wherever it's going to be. I mean, I've been saying we might be able to build like a town in this area, so it would make a lot of sense to have a road with a bridge and then follow along the river once again. So yeah, this farmland I'm very, very happy with. And most of these farms are actually grain, because we have a grain problem, right? Which is, yeah, it went from 8,000 tons a month to 5,000 tons a month of importing. I'm not really sure why it's so strangely high, but it's fine, right? We still have all the way here in the back some more of this fertile ground, right, which we bought a couple here. And yes, it is a bit of a risk placing this down right in the front of industry /is. You can always move the industry slowly but surely, slight bit elsewhere. Playing around with this game, moving stuff along in this game is something you have to do over time, right? You're not just gonna immediately build your perfect setup. And I might also say at some point, you know, let's create a dam down here, down the river. And let's fill it up and then have like a very small extra river going along elsewhere. We just to see what we're gonna do with that. Yeah, it looks nice. This is finally start to become something. More farmland will be here and there, and I want to keep this forest down here a little bit, because I live kind of near a / is foresty area, and if we go further along, we come into more farmish area. What I might maybe want to do at some point is just change the trees also a little bit, because I feel like these trees can be found a lot into cities, while there are these, I mean, we have spruce trees, like these guys, more like Christmas tree, foresty type of deal, which can also be found in my area. I do like the pines, I do like, what is that, poplar. You know, certain other trees I would also like to see in this area, which in my eyes fits a little bit more with these type of mountains. Of course, that isn't everywhere the case, but yeah, you come up the highway, and the government at some point bought this piece of land down here because, you know, a highway needs an on and off ramp, and it's good for economics to have quicker access to the industry. And they also bought this piece of land down here. And with this piece of land, you know, people who had a long trip can go up the highway. They go off this country road, that is what's called. Just take a little rest. They just park the car, they can dump the kids into this playground down here. Yeah, that's why this land here is also cut off. Like, they bought it from this farmer down here. And, you know, playing around with role playing, like think like, why would this be like that, or why would that be like that, creates a much more realistic type of environment. And this is something that we're gonna do in the upcoming couple of episodes still. I'm gonna keep working on this map. I really enjoy working on this map. Now for this down here though, I'm just gonna keep it as it is, but later on this area might get a little changed too, just to make it more realistic, because in no way you just drive here, go to the left, and there is like a strange piece of farmland in the middle of the forest somewhere. Doesn't make really a lot of sense. There needs to be a town, there needs to be, yeah, definitely a little town out here, right? There's a reason for resources. So a town down here would be nice. And then I can just pick up all of these smaller service buildings which are still in here. I thought, you know, maybe we should grab them out of there. Create a nice little town out here with the need that they're going to need for the basics. Then redo the farmland a little bit, because, you know, people need to eat. And way back in the days, this town was already here and they needed food. Couldn't be bothered to always import food. Why not get their own food, right? And this town was here because they have mines in this mountain. Also a very nice way to say, okay, let's create a road that slice is gonna go to different towns in the area. So you have a reason to create a road that way, because way back in the days, they were hauling stuff to the town, or maybe that way. So let's create a road that way. But on this way, you create little roads, and as little on the side of the roads, farms are being created, or forest industry being created. People make use of these roads. And that is how you kinda create a realistic type of deal, which in this case I have not been doing in my town. It just plopped down a town center, it's all squared up, there is no reason for certain things. But yeah, from now on, I'm going to try to make things look historical correct. And, you know, at some point, things look nice. And at some point I'm like, you know, it could use a little upgrade. Alright, so that is that. Now I do see another factory up here complaining about resources, even though I've lowered the taxes. I'm just gonna keep on going and see what kind of an effect things will have. So which, I mean, we have been unlocking that factory before, the fuel plant. There are some more things. Chemicals are everything and more are being made here every day. +1 industrial efficiency. This one, +2 industrial efficiency. +10% ore deposit. So there are enough buildings you can unlock in order to increase efficiency and decrease the prices and increase the amount of resources without having to do too much extra work. Now of course it's nice to take a little look at the other ones. For example, these guys for commercial zoning. This one will give attractiveness and well-being. I'm actually not really looking forward to well-being and attractiveness because it's kind of okay. I'm looking for something -10% complaining on tax, something like that, right? Which is not a thing. But we also have this stuff for the offices, which is, ooh, definitely gives a lot. Like -2 crime rate, +5 well-being, +5 interesting, in education, +1 office efficiency, +1 graduation chance, and etc. and so forth on all of these guys. Now of course that is thing number 1. Thing number 2, this is something that I want to unlock, which I'm going to be a development. And I believe it was here at school, right? Geological Research Center, a facility for performing geological research and field studies, help discover larger underground deposits of ore and oil. I am definitely going to need to have that. So let's unlock the university, medical university, and then the research center. I wonder if it really is going to show us something, or that it's like, okay, ore deposit will so many percentage extra ore without it taking it from the ground. I'm not really sure. So let's see here. A facility for performing geological research and field studies helps. I already read it twice. It says +3 college graduation chance citywide, +200 ore deposit citywide, +200 oil deposits citywide. So it does increase the amount, of course, without it visually showing that the deposits around the map are getting increased by 200%. I get the deal. And look at this. This is a large hadron collider, a huge particle collider that is used for various physics experiments, increase citizen interest in university studies, and generate high demand for electronics and software companies. +5 electricity efficiency, software efficiency, demand. So yeah, a lot of long story short, we're going to take a deeper look at all of these buildings besides, you know, just plopping down stuff. How can we make it more efficient? How can we make it more beautiful? And with all of that talking, I think this will be enough for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope you will have a nice weekend. If you have something to add to this series, now let me know down below in the comment section. And I'll see you next time. So yeah, this on and off ramp is not gonna work. So let's just pause it here, and I'm just gonna delete this one. And then I would like to cut this piece off right down here. And then change the highway back into a 2-laner.